I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I created wealth, but it didn't start that way. I know what it's like to grind. I know what it's like to want more for your children, for your family, and for your community. And guess how I did that? I did it by proper estate and family planning. You see, even when I didn't have any money, when I was living check to Monday, when I was on food stamps, in this century, I had life insurance. Too many of our people are dying without proper life insurance, without proper estate planning, and without truly planning for how they're going to pass that legacy on to the next generation. It doesn't have to be. Even the Bible says that a good man, a good woman leaves an inheritance to their children's children. So how do you do that when you have nothing? You can start small, right where you are. I was grinding every single day, trying to get to the next level, trying to recover from my mistakes. So I know what that's like. But let me tell you what happened. Every night when I went to sleep, I had the comfort of knowing that if I didn't wake up the next day, my family wouldn't have to suffer. Listen, when someone passes on, grief is inevitable. Poverty doesn't have to be. It's time for us to learn how to build family wealth and pass on family legacy. The most important thing you need to know about building family wealth and passing on a family legacy is this. It doesn't matter how much money you have today. What matters most is the plan that you put in place today. The first thing you need to put in that plan is life insurance. Why? Because life insurance is a guaranteed investment. There are two things that we're all going to do. Everybody's got to pay taxes, and everybody's going to leave here one day. So when you leave here one day, you want to make sure you've put a life insurance policy in place, not just to take care of the burial. The burial is the minimum expense that you're looking to cover. You're also looking to cover, how are your children going to go to school? How are they going to live? If you're a single mom or dad, who's going to take care of the children and who's going to take care of the money? Without having proper life insurance, you are leaving your heirs' future up for grabs, and it doesn't have to be. Starting with a term life insurance policy, it's temporary life insurance for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or 30 years. This allows you to get the most insurance possible for the money that you have available. Most people don't realize you can have $250,000, $500,000, or even $1 million or more in life insurance for less than what it takes to buy coffee every day. Whole life insurance is permanent life insurance. Once you pay for the policy, then you have coverage for the rest of your life. Whole life insurance allows you to do two things. One, to guarantee that you'll always have life insurance. And two, in many cases, also establish a savings account. Whole life insurance is more expensive than term life insurance. So my recommendation is that you get term life insurance early when your money is low, but then when you keep your money close and your deductions closer and you make your money grow, now you can afford whole life insurance. So with life insurance, you're going to not only take care of your burial and your final living expenses, but you're also going to be able to take care of expenses if you become disabled. That's long-term care. And you're also going to be able to take care of expenses if you are diagnosed with a terminal illness. Now, none of us wants to think about those things. We don't want to think about death. We don't want to think about accidents. We don't want to think about disability. We certainly do not want to think about a terminal illness. But the truth is, life happens. Don't let life happen to you. Make sure that you are doing everything you can to build family wealth and pass on that legacy with proper life insurance planning, disability planning, long-term care insurance planning, and final expense planning. And let's remember this, okay? I'm not trying to be funny here, but GoFundMe is not life insurance. It's unfair to leave our loved ones with the burden of grief and figuring out how they're going to take care of our final expenses. Go get some life insurance. And one of the best reasons to build family wealth and pass on a legacy through life insurance is because, unlike most other investments, life insurance can be passed on to your heirs tax-free. They don't even have to pay taxes on the money. Another important element of building family wealth and passing on a legacy is establishing an annuity. An annuity is an income for life. So, you have a life insurance policy. Someone passes on. Instead of making the individual the beneficiary of the life insurance, you can put your annuity in a trust, and the annuity can pay your heirs an income every single month. That's what a trust is. We've often heard of scenarios when people get life insurance, they go crazy, they spend the money, they find a boo or a who, what, when, where, why, how much, and then all the money is gone. Well, guess what? That doesn't have to happen in this situation. When you're building family wealth and passing on a legacy, an annuity allows you to have an income for life and then pass on that income for life to your heirs when you're no longer here. The final step in building family wealth and passing on a legacy is taking all of your assets, your life insurance, your annuity, your real estate, your bank accounts, and everything that you've accumulated and putting it into an estate plan. An estate plan is a business plan for your money and your assets when you either are no longer able to make decisions or when you're no longer here. The benefit of having an estate plan is to end all of the arguments that take place after you're gone, to end all of the disputes, the fights, and even to prevent your estate being tied up in court. So if you have a will, someone can contest the will, and you have to pay for the court expenses during the time that the will is being contested. But if you have an estate plan with a trust, then the trust passes over the assets to your heirs as beneficiaries. You can put your primary residence into your trust. You can put your life insurance proceeds into your trust. You can put all of your bank accounts and other expenses into your trust. Once you've set up your estate plan, now you need to talk to your family members about it. Someone has to be in charge. That person is called an executor. The executor can be an institution or an individual or both. Let me tell you what I did. I have a little bit of all of it. I've got an individual who's the executor over my estate. That's my husband. If something happens to him, then someone takes his place. But I also have an attorney who operates as the co-executor of my estate to ensure that if the executor doesn't understand something, then everything can be explained. When you're building family wealth and passing on legacy, you want to take all of the hard decisions out of the hands of the people that you've left here, and you want to put the power into your own hands. You can also state where you want your funeral, what kind of funeral you want, who can come, who has to stay home, who gets an inheritance, who gets some advice. Yes, because everybody doesn't get an inheritance. Some people don't deserve one. Maybe they need to get a job or start running their empire from home, and then they can get the inheritance. So when you're building family wealth and passing on a legacy, remember, it's not emotional. It may feel emotional right now, but after you're gone, who's going to care if they're mad at you? So make the right decisions today with all of your assets. Get an estate plan, put everything into a trust so that you can pass on family wealth without any arguments. One of the benefits of having an estate plan is you'll also identify a power of attorney. A healthcare power of attorney is very important. This person is going to speak for you if you are in a medical situation and you cannot speak for yourself. So it's very important to designate whether you want a do not resuscitate, whether you want certain kinds of treatment, whether you don't want certain kinds of treatment, and to be sure that that person is going to carry out your wishes. The power of attorney over your assets has control over whether the car gets sold or whether someone keeps it, whether the house gets sold or someone keeps it. If you do not have a power of attorney for your assets, then your assets can be distributed as instructed in your estate plan and your trust. So you want to talk to your legal professional. You specifically want to speak to an estate planning attorney. A criminal attorney cannot help you here. A real estate attorney cannot help you here. You need to speak to an estate planning attorney who'll help you understand all of the elements of your estate so you can build family wealth and pass on family legacy. If you don't have an estate plan, understand the state has one for you. The government has already decided how your assets are going to be divided, and it may not be in your best interest. If you are in a relationship with someone and they don't have an estate plan, if something happens to that person, you won't have any access to any of the assets that you share together. The assets will go to their heirs. So when thinking about your real estate, you want to put it in a trust. When thinking about your single family home, your investment properties, you want to put it in a trust. Putting your real estate and your properties in a trust allows you to transfer ownership to the person whom you intended. In building family wealth and passing on legacy, it's important to make sure that you have enough life insurance, not just for yourself, but for the other people who are in your family and or business. Make sure you have life insurance on your spouse or significant other. Make sure there's a life insurance policy on your children. In your business, if there's someone in your business who is essential to your business operation, ensure that you have key man insurance. Key man protects the life of the person who's running your business. So if something happens to them and you have to hire someone else, you have the money to do so. But more importantly, you also have the time because you've got the resources to do a proper search. If you make your annuity the beneficiary of your life insurance, the annuity can then pay your child, your parent, your grandmother, your significant other, an income for life. You also get to decide with your trust who gets what and when. So you can say they'll get X amount of dollars when they graduate from high school. They'll get another amount of money when they get married. They'll get X amount of dollars if someone goes into a nursing home. My grandmother passed when she was 98. It was very important to me to be able to take care of her if something happened to me. So when you are building family wealth and passing on a legacy, understand that this business plan that you put in place that's going to dictate what happens after you're gone, it's not only going to protect your family, but it's also going to give you peace of mind. So here's the biggest myth out there. Everybody thinks estate planning is for the wealthy. Everybody has an estate. Everything you own is a part of your estate. Your furniture, jewelry, clothing, bank accounts, retirement accounts, your cars, your businesses, your intellectual property, books you wrote, everything that you own and everything that you've acquired during your lifetime is a part of your estate. So when you're building family wealth and passing on a legacy, know this, you too have something to pass on. So these are my tips for building family wealth and passing on family legacy. Number one, get some life insurance. Get some life insurance. Get some life insurance on you, your significant other, and everybody that you love. Number two, make sure you get an annuity so you can make your annuity the beneficiary of your life insurance and establish a trust for the people that you love. So they'll have an income for the rest of their lives, and then they can pass it on to their heirs after they're no longer here. Number three, get an estate plan. An estate plan is going to dictate everything that you want to happen to all of your assets and help you to avoid family disputes. So you just checked out building family wealth and passing on a legacy. Remember, estate planning is not just for the wealthy. Everybody has an estate and everybody has the power to make a plan now. I'm Lynn Richardson. Thank you for watching.